Yep.
So previously, Ali, we talked about answering short question. And we said that the answer could be only one word or a few words, maybe two or three words, but not more than this, because this is the meaning of giving a short question. And you have to listen carefully to the nouns in the question just to be able to know the answer. And absolutely, you have to practice, especially knowing vocabulary, because the more vocabulary you know, absolutely, you will be able to understand the question completely and to give the required answer. Now it's the
Yeah.
time to discuss a new task. This new task, Ali, is summarizing written text. Now, what about summarizing written text? This is a short answer writing task type that tests your reading skill and your writing skill.
Sorry, summarizing at what?
Summarize written text. This is the text.
Summarizing writing text, yeah.
It's written, not written.
Written.
Yeah, this is right. Yes, I have in the simple present tense, you have to say right. The simple past is wrote, okay? And the past participle, this is wrote, sorry. Wrote is the simple past of write, and the past participle is written, okay?
Okay.
So this is the text, the short text, and you have to summarize it. So absolutely, it tests your reading skill because you have to understand the passage, you have to know how to read it, and then you have to know how to write the summarization. And keep in mind that the summarization, Ali, only one sentence. Don't write two sentences, please. Only one sentence you have to write. And I'm going to teach you how to write this one sentence. Some students write two sentences. It is completely wrong. It is not allowed to write two sentences. You have to write only one sentence. But be
Yeah.
careful about writing this one sentence because you don't have to write a simple sentence. By the way, we will discuss that into details. Don't worry. And this task is really important. You have to listen to me carefully. And you have 10 minutes to write this one sentence, absolutely one sentence summarization of the reading passage. You will do this task from 2 to 3 times summarizing written text tasks. So these are the introductions that are going to be shown in front of you. Let me try to read them. I know that the words are not clear, but let me try the best just to read every single instruction we have. So these are the instructions. Read the passage below and summarize it using only one sentence. Type your response in the box below or at the bottom of your screen. You have only 10 minutes to finish this task, and your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and how well your response presents the key points in the passage. And absolutely, we have to discuss and we have to know how to write the key points. So, this is the passage, these are the instructions, and this is the box that you have to type your one sentence. And here are the tools that you can use to cut maybe a certain word or more than one word to copy or maybe paste just to save your time. So this is exactly the screen that is going to be shown in front of you. And now we have to go into details. Now, what are the strategies and tips I have to be careful of just to be able to write a correct one sentence summarization? Now, use your reading skills. Take the time to read the passage calmly. Calmly is slowly. I know that you have to skim. The meaning of skim, Ali, is to read little fast, but you have to get the idea of the passage. So read it carefully. Try to check and get the main idea of the passage. So first, this is it. Skim the general topic. Absolutely, I have to get the main idea, then read carefully for the main ideas. Two, Note the main idea and supporting details. So absolutely, I have to get the main idea of the passage and I have to get the supporting ideas, but not the examples, because I don't have to summarize the examples I'm going to show you later. I have to use keywords and arrows or maybe my own symbols just to indicate how the ideas are organized. Effective note taking will ensure that your summary has all the main points. Now let me scroll down just to discuss the next strategy. Construct your summary. Type the main point of the passage in the box, then add the supporting or other details you want to add. Remember, your response must be only one sentence, between 5 and 75 words. Some students asked me this question, Ali. Can a sentence be 75 for 75 words? Yes, it can. So, absolutely, but I have to know how to write this sentence. Absolutely, and it's not a simple sentence at all. You don't have to write a simple sentence. So you must use a grammatical structures and punctuations correctly that allow you to include all the points, all the required points with only one sentence. You can use the tools as I mentioned above. You can use cut, copy, paste buttons to move text around and to save your time because you don't have to delete and write and delete over again. You will lose
Yeah.
your time. There is a word counter below the writing box and a timer running at the top of the screen. You have to be careful and to take a look at the time from time to time just to be able to write the sentence in the required time. After that, I have to check my writing. Take a few minutes, please. At least you have to leave 2 minutes, or let me say that 1 minute. 1 minute is enough to check your writing, to check if you have grammatical mistakes, if you have spelling mistakes, prepositional mistakes, punctuation marks mistakes, word order mistakes. All the mistakes should be checked carefully because you have to avoid committing mistakes in writing. Does my sentence begin with a capital letter, for example, and end with a full stop? So you have to check all of these, and I'm going to show you how to check my writing carefully because absolutely I don't need to commit any mistakes while writing. Now, your response will not be scored if it is more than one sentence, so please be careful. Or if it is written all in capital letters, don't. So only you have to capitalize the first letter, you have to capitalize the name of people, name of things. You have to know the rule of capitalization. If you don't know it, I'm going to show you the rules of capitalization. At the end of the 10 minutes, the screen will stop recording. Now, absolutely, I have to know carefully how to write my sentence and I have to check all the mistakes as we said. And as we said earlier, I don't have to write a simple sentence at all. It's not about a simple sentence. And if I want to practice, first of all, I have to practice skimming short texts. Again, Ali, skimming means getting the main idea of a certain passage up to 300 words to identify the main points. In a longer article, stop reading after each paragraph and try to summarize the main point in only one sentence. Work with a friend if you can to agree on what are the main ideas and supporting details in the passage or texts. Develop your own techniques of rapid note taking. Decide on your own abbreviations and even your own symbols. Practice using them so they become automatic and you can use them automatically or let me say unconsciously. Revise complex sentences, structures. Exactly, this is what we have to discuss. Revise and learn how to use and write complex, not only complex sentences. You have to learn, Ali, how to write complex sentence, compound sentence, and even complex compound sentence, such as subordinating clause, coordinating clause, and the use of conjunctions. This is exactly what you have to do. This is what you have to adopt. That will allow you to include more ideas within only one sentence. This is what we are going to discuss into details. Analyze long sentences in texts to identify how the writer has constructed each one. Find a short text up, as we said, up to 300 words, and time yourself because you have to learn how to stick with the time. Reading and summarizing the passage. Take 1 minute to skim the main idea. Then 2 minutes to read carefully and take notes. Spend 5 minutes writing the one sentence summary and 2 minutes just to check if you have any mistakes. Now compare your summary to the original text. The best response will clearly summarize the main idea and condense essential supporting details and information. Find a set of 2 or 3 short texts and time yourself summarizing them one after the other. Make sure you only spend 10 minutes on each text or passage. Now, this is about the way that I have to prepare myself just to be able to write a correct one sentence summary. Now, let's go up a little bit, Ali, and let's talk now about complex compound sentences. Let's talk about subordinating clauses, coordinating clauses, and even the conjunctions that you have to use just to be able to write a correct one sentence summary. Now, some students asked me this question, Ali. How can I summarize this really long passage in one sentence only? Is it possible to write um, a sentence out of 75 words? Yes, it is possible. First of all, Ali, you have to avoid writing simple sentences all the time. Let me show you the meaning of simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence, and complex compound sentence. How can I write only one sentence with all the information and details I want in this one sentence? Let me show you the best way to do it. And please listen carefully because this lesson, Ali, is not, yes, it is important for writing one sentence summary, but it is important to write even your essay, any piece of writing, not only writing one sentence summary or even a certain essay. So this lesson is called Clauses and Sentences. Let me open this lesson and I need you to listen to me carefully because I think this lesson is the most important one concerning writing. Now, our title, Ali, is Clauses and Sentences. Keep in mind, please, that if I want to say clause, I mean two kinds of clauses. I have two kinds of clauses and I have 4 kinds of sentences. Now, what are they? What are the 2 kinds of clauses and what are the 4 kinds of sentences? When I say clause, Ali, keep in mind that I have dependent clause. This is the first clause. Second, we have,
What mean dependent clause?
I'm going to explain, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 2 kinds of clauses. We have dependent clause and independent clause. When I say dependent clause, keep in mind that the clause, Ali, has the subject. It contains the subject. It contains the verb. This is it. It has the subject. It has the verb, but sometimes it doesn't contain any complement. For example, there is no object. There is no complement to have the full meaning. So, the meaning of dependent clause. This clause has a subject. This clause has a verb, yes, but sometimes it doesn't have the complement. Or the meaning is missing. The meaning is not complete. Because of that, it cannot stand alone in the sentence. So you have to add the independent clause. Now, the independent clause means any clause has a subject, has a verb, and it has the complement. And absolutely, the meaning is full and the meaning is complete. For example, let me write a certain example just to show you the exact meaning of dependent clause and independent clause. Uh, what if I want to say, for example, let me open this file and write two clauses, and you have to tell me now the dependent clause and the independent clause. Now, if I want to say, Ali, I gave, full stop, you notice that here we have the subject. This is the subject, which is I. We have the verb, which is gave, but we don't have an object and we don't have a certain complement. So this is called dependent clause. Okay? Okay, Ali?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, if I want to write another clause like this, or let me say, I gave, even if I want to say I gave the book. Now, if you want to take a look at this clause, Ali, you notice that yes, we have the subject, which is I. Yes, we have the verb, and yes, we have the first object. Still, the meaning is not complete. Because if you want to say, Ali, I gave the book and stop talking, the meaning is missing. Okay, you gave the book, but you gave the book to whom? So notice that, yes, I have the subject. Yes, I have the verb. Yes, I have the first object, but the meaning is not complete. Again, this is independent clause. So be careful. It's not a must just to have the subject, the verb, and even the first object. The meaning is full or the sentence is complete. It isn't. So, number one, if the clause has the subject, the verb, but it doesn't have a complement, this is called dependent clause. And even if it has a subject, a verb, and maybe the first object, it is dependent clause. Now, let me write another example, and you have to tell me the name of this clause. If I want to say, for example, I love you. Now, if you want to say, I love you and stop talking, first of all, we notice that here we have the subject, and here we have the verb, and here we have the object. Not only we have subject, verb, object, the meaning is complete. Because if you want to say, Ali, if you want to tell me I love you, I will completely understand you.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
exactly, because the meaning is complete and because it has subject, verb, object, so this is independent clause. When I say independent clause, it could stand alone in the sentence. If you want to say it and stop talking, yes, it is correct. But here you cannot say such a clause and stop talking. This is dependent because you need to add something.
So, and independent, it means the you have full subject. Like I love you. Example, like yeah, I know for love who, or I know it's like a complete sentence. Like
Exactly. Okay. So you will understand me, Ali, if I want to say I love you.
yeah,
Okay. But you cannot understand me if you want to say I gave. You gave what? You gave what to whom? And even you cannot understand me if I want to say, you know what, Ali, I gave the book. Absolutely. You will ask me, okay, but you gave the book to whom? If I want
yeah.
to say now let me write the clause again. Now, if you want to say I gave the book, okay, to my friend, to my friend.
So
Now,
independent clause.
this is independent. Thank you. So we notice now that the meaning is complete and even it has I, which is the subject, gave, which is the verb. This is the first object and this is the second object. This is direct object and indirect object. So now this clause is complete. Now the meaning is complete, so I have to name this independent clause. Okay? And let
Yeah,
me explain more about the meaning of independent. If I want to say Ali, for example, Ali is an independent man. If I want to say that Ali is an independent man, you don't ask help. And even you don't need help. All the time you work alone. You solve the problems alone. You don't ask the help of others. So this is the meaning of independent. And even if I want to tell you, Ali, that I depend on you, so I need your help. I cannot solve my problem alone. I need your help. I depend on you just to solve my problem. So if I
Yeah.
want to say I depend on you, I need your help. So dependent clause needs help, but independent clause doesn't need help, and it even can stand alone in the sentence. Okay?
Okay.
So this is the exact meaning of dependent clause and independent clause. Now, I want to add something to this sentence, Ali. I gave the book to my friend. Now, let me add something, and I want to ask you this question. What if I want to say although, or not although, or maybe because I gave the book to my friend. Now I need to show something to you, Ali. Yes, here I have the subject, the verb, the first object, the second object, but the meaning is not complete. Because if you want to say, because I gave the book to my friend and stop talking, the meaning is missing. The meaning is not complete. Am I right?
Yeah.
So now I have to say that this clause is dependent, not independent.
Not
So I
independent because I give the book to my friend.
No, it is dependent, Ali, because I added what? Conjunction. Okay.
Mm.
Now, without this conjunction, it is independent. But by adding this conjunction, it becomes dependent again. Okay.
Conjunction, what mean conjunction?
Conjunction. Conjunction, Ali, like because, like if, like otherwise, like since, like although, though, nevertheless,
Okay.
nonetheless, all these words are called conjunctions. Don't worry, I'm going to show them all to you. I'm going to explain this lesson completely. Okay?
Yeah.
So, this is the exact meaning between, or let me say, the meaning of dependent and independent clause. Now, let's talk about sentences. And to be honest, Ali, this is the most important thing. As you remember, I told you that when I say sentences, I have four kinds of sentences. The first kind, the first type of sentences is the simple sentence. The simple sentence, Ali, maybe has subject like Noor, a verb like ate, an object like the apple. So here, if you want to say Noor ate the apple, we notice that here we have the subject, we have the verb, we have the
So
object.
independent clause.
This is exactly. This is, first of all, it is independent clause. So now I can call it a simple sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to add two verbs, still you are using the simple sentence. This is the example. Zainab ate the apple and drank the bottle of water. Notice here that we have the subject. This is it. And ate is the first verb. Drank is the second verb. And even we have two objects. The apple is the first object. The bottle of water is the second object. Still, the sentence is simple. Even if you want to add two subjects, two verbs, two objects, the sentence is still simple. Some
Okay.
students think, Ali, that if I want to add two subjects, two verbs, two objects, now I am professional and I can make my sentence little long. No, it is not, because your sentence is still simple. You changed nothing and you added nothing. Okay. Now, the second type of sentences is compound sentence. When I say, Ali, compound sentence, I mean the compound sentence has two or more independent clauses, and these two or more independent clauses are joined together. Let's take a look at this example. Now we have Noor ate the green apple, comma, okay, or, okay, Zainab ate the big orange. Let's try to check this sentence, Ali, you and me. Here we have the subject Noor. Ate is the verb, okay? The green apple is the object. Now, if you want to say, for example, Ali, Noor ate the green apple and stop talking, we notice that this clause is independent. Why? Because it has the subject, the verb,
Yeah,
the object, and the meaning is complete. Am I
exactly.
right? So this is independent clause. Now, if you want to say Zainab ate the big orange alone, you will understand me. So the meaning is complete, and even it has a subject, a verb, a certain object. So this is independent clause. So this is the second independent clause, and this is the first independent clause. Now I joined them using coordinating conjunction. And this coordinating conjunction, Ali, is what is or. Okay?
Yeah,
So let me show you again, Ali, what happened. If you want to say alone, Noor ate the green apple alone, this is simple sentence. And if you want to say Zainab ate the big orange, this is a simple sentence again. So these are two simple sentences. These are two sentences. Now, instead of writing two sentences, you can join them together using a certain conjunction, which is or, to make them only one sentence. And this one sentence is compound sentence. Okay?
yeah,
So again, let me summarize or recap. I have to use compound sentence. And to do so, you have to use two independent clauses. You can use more, absolutely. And you have to join these two independent clauses by using coordinating conjunctions. I know that you want to ask me, teacher, what do you mean by coordinating conjunctions? When I say coordinating conjunctions, Ali, let me summarize them by only one word, which is fanboys. Fanboys, when I say fanboys, Ali, I mean F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. If you notice here, I wrote or, this is O, and this is or. These are called what? Coordinating conjunctions. Okay? So if you want to use one of them, one of fanboys, to join two independent clauses, now you are making the compound sentence. Okay, Ali?
yeah.
So this is it. This is the second type of sentences, which is compound sentence. Now, the third type of sentences is called complex sentence. When I say complex sentence, Ali,
Complex sentence.
complex. Okay? Keep in mind, please, that complex sentence means if you want to use one or more dependent clause, okay, and you have to use one independent clause. Let me show you this example. This example says, Ali, because I didn't study, okay, comma, I failed in the exam. Let's try to check this sentence, you and me. Now, if you want to say, because I didn't study and stop talking, what is this? Is it independent clause or dependent clause?
And the, but just you said because I did not
And
study.
stop talking. I don't want to
Uh,
complete.
no, this one it's like
Is the
dependent
meaning
clause.
dependent? Yes, because the meaning is missing. You,
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
I have to complete my words, my sentence to understand me. Am I right?
Yeah, I failed in the exam.
Oh, bravo. So this is dependent clause. Now, if you want to say alone, I failed in the exam. Do you understand me or not?
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, thank you so much. So this is dependent clause, and this is what sorry, this is independent,
Independent.
yes, and this is dependent clause.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you want to use dependent clause with independent clause, you have to join them, but now you have to join them using subordinating conjunctions. And the subordinating conjunction that I have here is because. Okay? Because
Yeah.
called a subordinating conjunction, not coordinating conjunction. Be careful. Here, Ali, if you want to form the complex sentence, you don't have to use the fanboys at all. You don't have to use the coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions, Ali, only if you want to form compound sentence. Now, if you want to form complex sentence, you have to use only subordinating conjunctions. Don't use fanboys. Don't use coordinating conjunctions. Okay?
Yeah.
So please be careful. Now I know that you want to ask me, teacher, I want to know all the subordinating conjunctions and all the coordinating conjunctions just to be able to use them because I want to use them now in my exam. Now let me show you some examples about coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. This is the simplest way to know the coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. Let me open this image and let me show you. Wait.